Hey everybody, it's good to see you again. I hope you're having a good time at home, having some fun with your families, getting to do some interesting things that you're doing, watching all the videos, and you're doing your worksheets. For the worksheets, you could do those some. But I really want y'all to do like the science experiments and talk about the books that we've been reading and just get outside and have some fun. But in the meantime, I have a new book and a new song. So I know y'all like this song. Our Little Turtle Song. It's a cute short song. It goes like this. There was a little turtle who lived in a box. He swam in the puddle and he climbed on the rocks. He snapped at a mosquito, he snapped at a flea, he snapped at a minnow and he snapped at me. He caught the mosquito, he caught the flea, he caught the minnow, but he didn't catch me. Good job, you guys. That one's cute. It's simple, it's a lot of fun. It's cute. All right, we have our letter today. What letter is this? That's right, it's the letter L. For uppercase L and our lowercase l. L goes ooh, ooh, like lamp. And here's our letter L in sign language. Super duper easy to make. I'm just making, let me do it on this side. It's the same way. This way. It's backwards on my screen. Making the letter L. Really easy. And what sound does it make? It goes, ooh. Because in our book, we have some large animals that we're going to see. Well, they're creatures. I don't know if you can call them animals or not. So this book is another old book. It's called Could Be Worse. Is it exclamation point on the end? It means something exciting is happening. So the author it says by James Stevenson. That's who our author is. So the spine holds it all together. Has a title as well. The back was a picture. Who do you see in that picture? It's a hardback book. And you can see it's old. It has some watermarks up here where it had gotten wet at some point. And if I open it to the end pages, it says Miss Curtis. I wrote my name on here, but it says Carrie on there. That's my sister. This was her book when she was little. She wrote her name in there at some point. It says, James Stevenson, could be worse. Who do you think that is? There's something over there. The copyright when this book was written was 1977. I was 5 years old when this book was written. There's no dedication on here. It says could be worse. Who do you see? It says, at Grandpa's house, things were always the same. Grandpa always had the same thing for breakfast. It says sweet orange marmalade on toast. Every day he read the paper. It's a newspaper. Have you ever seen a newspaper before? He always said the same thing. He said, could be worse. No matter what. It says, Grandpa, that awful dog ate this sofa cushion. What did Grandpa say? Could be worse. I got a splinter in my finger, Grandpa. What did Grandpa say? Could be worse. My bike has a flat and my sneakers have a hole and I lost my kite in a tree, Grandpa. What does Grandpa say? Could be worse. One day, Mary Ann said, "How come Grandpa never says anything interesting?" "I guess because nothing interesting happens to him," said Louie. Look at that, the window's open. Who heard them? The next morning at breakfast, Grandpa said something different. He said, "Guess what?" Look at that. They were surprised. Those are those exclamation points. "Last night, I was asleep. A large bird pulled me out of bed and took me on a long ride." Uh-oh, there goes Grandpa. "And dropped me in the mountains." Uh-oh, he's only in his pajamas in the snow. "I heard a noise. Rumble, rumble, rumble. It was an abominable snowman with a huge snowball, which he threw at me." Oh no. "I got stuck inside the snowball, which rolled down the mountain. It finally landed on the desert and began to melt. I walked across the desert. Suddenly, I heard footsteps coming nearer and nearer." Uh-oh. What do you think's coming? "A moment later, I got squished by a giant something or other." Whoa, what is that? "Before I could get up, I heard a strange noise. Swoosh, swoosh. A great blob of marmalade was coming toward me. It chased me across the desert until I crashed into something tall. It was sort of like an ostrich and very cross." Do y'all see how tall that is? Are ostriches really that big? Oh no, look at that. What happened? It gave me a big kick. I went up into some storm clouds. Look, there he goes. Almost got hit by lightning. Kablam! Fell out of the clouds. Oh no. Hey! Where's he going to land? Oh, there he goes. And landed in an ocean. I sank down about a mile to the bottom. I saw an enormous goldfish coming at me. Look how large that goldfish is. It's enormous. I swam away as fast as I could and hid under a cup that had air in it. When it was safe, I crawled out. I started to walk, but my foot got stuck. What did his foot get stuck in? In the grip of a gigantic lobster. It wasn't just enormous, it was gigantic. I didn't know what to do, but just then a big squid came along and squirted black ink all over the lobster. I escaped and hitched a ride on a sea turtle that was going up to the top for a bit of sunshine. I was fortunate to find a piece of toast floating by and rode to shore, where I discovered a newspaper. I quickly folded it into an airplane. You see where he's sitting? Look, on the airplane. And flew across the sea and back home to bed. Look at that, right in the window. And he says, "Now what do you think of that?" What did the kids say? They're sitting in the corner like, whoa! They're just sitting there. with the dog and the newspaper. What are they going to say? He said, what do you think of that? You know what they said? They said, could be worse. Just like Grandpa always says. But look, do you think they liked that story? See their faces? I don't think they were bored. They're giving hugs. They have smiles. Let me know what they thought of it. What did you think of that story? That was a pretty cool adventure that Grandpa went on, huh? Do you think it was real? Did he make it up? Was part of it real? I don't know. It was a pretty neat adventure, though. That was a good story. I like to tell stories. We can make up stories. We can use parts of real stories. We can use things that we see or things that we use in our imagination. And we can tell stories. That's what authors do. They tell stories and they write them down, or they have somebody else write it down for them. I think that was pretty neat. I bet you all could tell stories. I love hearing your stories. You all tell some pretty cool stories. But one of the things that you could do is make a paper airplane. See, remember when he made a paper airplane? He folded it up and even rode on that plane. I don't think you can make one you can ride on, but I bet you all could make some paper airplanes and fly them across the house. Shoom! Have your parents videotape it and send it to me. I would love to see what kind of paper airplanes you all make. All right, I'm going to say bye. Look for the activities below. I love you all, and I will see you later. Bye.